do you think that alcohol is always a problem? I mean, do you think if I, for example, have a healthy relationship with alcohol, then it's okay for me. This is a hypothetical, but okay for me to get drunk 3 to 4 times a week, or do you think that can still become quite an issue there?
I think if you're getting drunk 3 to 4 times a week, then you don't have a
Sure.
good relationship with alcohol.
Okay.
But that's just my view. And listen, I don't want to preach about alcohol. I think it's fairly common knowledge that alcohol is not good for you. There are no positives to alcohol. I'm not some health guru. I will have a drink every so often. I'm not anti-alcohol, and neither is CleanCo. We're here as a business to offer an alternative to people that want to drink less or not at all. If you're perfectly happy, how old are you, Lucas?
I'm 21.
I know that it's probably you probably weren't talking about yourself, but if you were, you're 21 years old. If you want to go out and enjoy yourself, and
yeah, I do drink a lot. I know in uni it's very difficult, to be fair.
Dude, when I was 21, and this is not supposed to sound patronizing, I was hammered all of the time, like literally all of the time, right? And I'm definitely not here to say, people shouldn't be drinking. I think everybody needs to go through it themselves. You probably are able to drink far more at your age than I can at my age, and it just go straight over you, and you probably don't even feel hungover. It doesn't really matter. Like, the obvious things to say are that, alcohol's a toxin. It's not good for you. There's no positives to drinking alcohol, right? So it's kind of, but like, I think people know that it's similar-ish in a way to smoking. Like, people are aware that smoking cigarettes isn't good for you, but people smoke cigarettes, and that's fine. If you want to smoke cigarettes, smoke cigarettes. I think it's really important when discussing this stuff not to ever tell people what to do, or not to ever be preachy with it, but to just offer cool and interesting and accessible alternatives for those that are looking to kind of bend their drinking habits. But it would be difficult to, as an example, if my wife was getting, I think there's a difference as well, by the way, to drinking and getting drunk. Like as an example, if you pop out and have a couple of bottles of beer with dinner and go home and go to bed, you're getting drunk is quite a different process. And being drunk, I would argue, is not that fun. I think the process of getting drunk can be quite fun, I suppose, and like going out and enjoying yourself with your friends. Being drunk is not that great, I don't think. I've never heard anybody in my life wake up hungover and say, "I wish I drank more last night." Right, so it's kind of like it's kind of, I don't know, mate. It completely depends, and I know lots of people who are very successful. And I use that word success because I'm quite interested in how people define success, as you might know from listening to Big Fish. And it comes in all different shapes and sizes. But I think it's an interesting word for that reason, right? Because everybody has their own view of it. But I know a lot of people who would be considered by most to be very successful.
How do you define success for yourself?
But just quickly, so I'll tell you. But just quickly,
Sure,
I know a lot of people who would be considered by most to be very successful, who drink a lot, who would have several drinks every day, right? But they are family men who run enormous businesses, who are great fathers, who are presents, who are able to provide whatever for whoever, and they're brilliant people. So it's kind of, again, not at the risk of sounding boring, I'm not suggesting that people shouldn't drink alcohol. Most people that drink CleanCo also drink alcohol. It's an alternative, and they should be able to coexist. How do I define success? Being able, like, freedom, I suppose, the freedom to be able to manage your time, like kind of however you want I'm not at the level where I can do whatever I want whenever I want. Obviously, I enjoy working. I love working. I think even if I, whacked tens of millions in the barn, I would continue to work. I'm kind of that way inclined. But no, I suppose being able to spend quality time with your kids, having love in your household and your family, being financially, comfortable in the sense that, you're not struggling, I suppose. I would deem that to be a degree of success, and just feeling happy, mate. To be honest, it's a very important metric, that last one, the happiness thing, because I think when you have tons of stuff going on, and I have 3 podcasts, I run a business, do the odd bit of TV, bits and bobs. And it's kind of like, it's very easy just to get bogged into a work routine and a regime that just drives you into the ground. And if you're not enjoying yourself, then what's the point?